tires. So that's the key, is trying to make time but not tearing the tires up.
All right, well, thanks for talking to us. Good luck.
Thanks, man.
Now, a lot of fast cars did not get to qualify Friday. They didn't get through inspection. They'll be coming from the back. Let's talk to one of those.
Yeah, Denny Hamlin starting 25th. Denny Hamlin, it's DW. You got me there, buddy.
10-4.
Hey, man, starting a little deep in the field, but so far it seems like it's been a Stewart Haas versus the Gibbs teams. What are you looking for today, pal?
Well, we're obviously deep in the pack, but I'd like to try to get somewhere in that top 10 by the end of the first stage. And work our way from there. I thought we had a top 5 car in practice. You know, a little bit better than that in the long run. So if we just get our car to take off on good on restarts, I think we'll have a pretty good day.
But you like this racetrack. You've had mixed results here. How do you feel about your car and today?
You're really, the results that show exactly how good we've run at this racetrack. I think this has been one of our better tracks really for the last 7-8 years, even though results don't show. But you know, it's one I'd really like to win at for obvious reasons. You know, I'd like to check it off the box and see what we can do today.
All right, my friend, good luck, and maybe you can check that box today.
Denny Hamlin starting 25th. There are still a lot of early VWs in Southern California, but there's only one, Vince Welch.
Well, thank you, Mike. You know, a year ago, Martin Truex Jr. dominated much of this race, but he stayed out for a late caution and ended up 4th. Well, Truex and the 78 team strong again this weekend. They won the pole on Friday, but there's been some room for improvement in their long-run car. Were the changes made for today the right changes? We're about to find out. Matt Yoakum?
Vince, probably the best Ford in the field without a 4 on the side this season has belonged to Brad Keselowski. Now, this weekend they struggled somewhat due to the new left side tire. It caught them off guard, but in the final practice, final run, they hit that sweet spot. They feel like they've dialed in that 2 car. Expectations are for everyone to go up high. They're hoping to work the bottom down in 3 and 4. Jamie?
Well, Matt, Chase Elliott finished 3rd a week ago at Phoenix. It was his best finish of the year, and Hendrick Motorsports as well. But they failed post-race inspection. They were hit with a big penalty. Well, they got here on Friday, and they were one of those 13 cars that failed pre-qualifying inspection. As a result, he starts 31st. His crew chief, Alan Gustafson, though, told me today is back to work. We think we're a top 10 car, and in order to get there, we're going to have a lot of patience and give it a lot of time. Larry Mack?
Jamie, things are going to be very busy on this racetrack, but trust me, they're going to be busy on pit road. The lap times slow down so much here. Every time the yellow flies, those pit crews 4 fresh tires for their driver. Let's take a look at our race analysis now. 200 laps, 400 miles we're going to go. The stages 1 and 2 are 60 laps each, 80 laps the final stage. Pit road speed 55, fuel window 44 to 48 laps. The grip level of 1 like driving on ice. Now going to the rear, we have 4 drivers. Daniel Suarez, a practice crash, a backed up car. Gray Galding, an engine change. Michael McDowell, rear gear change. And Alex Bowman, an engine change. Actually, in final practice, Alex Bowman in that 88 car broke a valve spring. Let's use our Ford Performance car to show you about the valve spring. There are 2 per cylinders, an intake and exhaust. And this is only a 400-mile race, but the engine guys are very nervous about these valve springs because of these long straightaways, over 9,000 RPM. So they really are the weak link in the valve train. And Mike, that's the reason a lot of engine guys put fresh valve springs on this morning.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Larry. Kevin Harvick, the big favorite, will roll off 10th. So that's 5 rows behind the 2018 Toyota XSE pace car that leads the field. Now, the reason for Harvick being that far back, he won the first 2 rounds of knockout qualifying. He was fastest. But you see those seams, those dark black lines between the courses of asphalt? Harvick got caught on one of those seams and slid during his qualifying lap in the 3rd round and ended up 10th.
Yeah, it cost him.
Yeah, and we're going to see a lot more of that today.
Look how wide this racetrack is. The start and the restarts are going to be wild today. You must hold station till you get to that line, and then it's on.
It is on, and it gives a whole new meaning to fanning out, because we're going to see a lot of that. I know everybody's anxious, everybody's excited. I know I am. Best part of the race for me, I love it when that green flag goes in the air and boogity, boogity,
two, and here they come from the back. Wow. You know, on that break into turn one, Martin Truex changed lanes about 4 times to keep Kyle Busch behind him, and he never signaled, just like out on the 405.
But twice I think he meant to do that. The other 2 times I'm not so sure.
Right.
But that's what makes these starts so critical, is you don't know what lane they're going to choose behind you, so you're trying to block their momentum and keep them behind you, but there's so many options, it's almost impossible to do.
And Mike, I think it's going to be kind of interesting and fun to watch these guys, really good cars in the back of the field, that are going to try to work their way up to the front in a hurry. Already we see Denny Hamlin on the move.
3 wide down there on the inside.
Now there is no out of bounds here. That white line down at the bottom of the banking, that's advisory.
And this is another thing I love. Look at that. That's an amazing view of how wide this racetrack is. But you saw our leader, Martin Truex Jr., down on the apron, all 4 tires almost down below. And then Kyle Busch was 3 lanes above that.
And Mike, you might say, why they go down there? There are no seams on the apron.
Now the Penske cars both just took the low side to gain spots down the front straightaway, running below the line. That's Hamlin's number 11. Working on Suarez. Here comes Chase Elliott in the 9 with William Byron with him. And Brad Keselowski battling Ryan Newman for 8th. 3 wide again. Matt DiBenedetto up on the outside.
And they've got a few laps while these tires are fresh and new. Air pressures are building up, where there's going to be a lot of grip. But that grip is going to go away fast. And that's where I think it's going to be tough to stay down on the inside lane. So you got to take advantage of it while you can, like we see Denny Hamlin doing.
Now, Mike, one thing, the wide racetrack with all the options these drivers have that makes it kind of fun for the driver, you can make a bit of a mistake